ever wondered why you have to draw a bar model? This is such a great problem to illustrate how a model can help you solve a problem. Let's take a look at this word problem from Primary Mathematics 2022, Book 5A, page 78. We have a tablet and 6 laptops that cost together $14,723. The tablet costs $2,070 less than each laptop. How much does the tablet cost? So what do you know about this problem? You've got a tablet and you've got some laptops. How many? 6 laptops. And we know how much those cost together. What else do you know about the laptop and the tablet? We know that the tablet is less than each laptop. So we've got 2 dollar amounts here and we have 2 different objects that we're working with. How could we use this information to draw us a model that's going to help us solve the problem? Let's do this part together, and then I'm going to encourage you to see how you could use the model to make sense of the problem. So I'm going to start by just sketching here about the tablet and the laptops. So I know I have a tablet, right? Okay. And we know that that costs some money. Do we know how much that tablet costs right now? No, we don't. We also know that we have a laptop, but what do we know about the laptops? We know, I'm trying to make my colors here. We know each laptop is going to have part of this, right? It's going to have part of the cost of the tablet because it's actually $2,070 more, because this is less than that. And how many laptops do we have? We have 6 of them. So technically, I could draw, and I hope I don't run out of room, something like this here, right? And we could show that each of those are going to have this little part of the tablet, and then we have this external piece that is representing $2,070. What other information do we know about the problem? We know that with 6 of those laptops and the tablet, we have a total of this much money, which is $14,723. And what are we trying to figure out? How much the tablet cost. So I want you to take a look at this problem, and I just want you to notice things. What do you see? You see you've got this tablet, right? And it's almost like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's almost like having 7 tablets. I want you to also notice that we have this difference here of $2,070 repeated 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. I wonder how we could use that, and this is why that visual is so helpful, to help us figure out the problem. I've given you lots of little clues. You also have a model in the student book if you want to check that out, or you can sketch your own. And I want you to pause right here and see how you would solve it. Then come back and check your answer with me. I mentioned to you that we can use what we see here to kind of take that picture and isolate the parts that we know and isolate the parts that we don't know yet. So when I'm looking at this picture and I'm noticing something, we have a dollar amount that we can use. We have this 2,070 repeated 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. If I can find that dollar amount, it's going to isolate the other pieces that are repeated 7 times. So let's take that. If we take that 2,070 and we multiply it by 6, right? Because we had the 6 laptops and this has lots of zeros, so that kind of helps me multiply a little bit faster. When I multiply, I got $12,420. So that fills in these little sections. If I want to isolate the other sections, those 7 pieces that represent the tablet cost, what do I need to do? We need to find the difference, right? So the next step, in fact, we'll number this number 1, number 2. The next step is we need to take our total, which was $14,723, and we need to subtract this one here. And when we do, this is kind of nice. It goes a little fast, right? We have $2,303. Okay, so we've got that step. What should we do next? What do you notice? Remember, let's go back to our visual and let's take a look at what we have. We have these tablets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now remember, even though these are laptops, I'm saying tablet because we know the cost is part of that. Because the cost of a laptop is the tablet plus this, right? So we really have 7 of this same quantity. So if I have a total and I want to split it up among 7 equal groups, what operation is that? Division. So my third step here is to take 2,303 and divide it by 7. If we do that quickly, we know we're going to start with our 2300s. I know 7 times 3 is be 21. I have 200s left over. Let's keep going. Start with our 2010s. If I think about that again, let's go here. We're going to have, now we've got 63 ones, which I know, multiplied by 9. Now we have that here. So what do we end up with? 329. So what does that mean? Let's go back to our question and see, how much does the tablet cost? The tablet cost $329, right? Because we were able to take these pieces that we had left over, we found the difference, then we divided it by 7 and we got our answer. So this one really was helpful to have the visual here to help me think about the parts I can solve, the parts that are unknown, and help me to work through each of these steps. And now it's time for us to tackle the practice on our own.